Project Runway. My name is Elyse Rainbolt, and I'm 31 years old. I live in Denver, Colorado, and I'm a designer. I'm the oldest of four girls. I was born in Ashland, Oregon. When I was 19 years old, I moved to San Diego, California by myself with 2 suitcases and $160. I lived there for 7 years and studied music, art, and fashion. I've been training under a master furrier from Budapest, Hungary for the past 5 winters. As controversial as that may be, I love, 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 love fur. I freaking love it. My sisters hated how I dressed. They would cry to my mom, "Don't let her wear this." And every night before school, I would make my own shirt to wear, sewing on pom-poms, using crazy paisleys, wearing colored tights, go-go boots. Every single day I wore about 40 Beatles buttons, fake eyelashes, carried Beatles lunchboxes for my purses. My sisters were horrified whenever I would go out and their friends would be like, "What is your sister wearing?" My friends were a little more lenient with it, but still very like, "Girl, I don't know what you're wearing." My mom was semi-supportive of it. I did find a couple of my favorite clothes in the trash before, and I would pull them out. Now they steal my clothes, everything I make. People are like, "Oh, how much stuff do you sell?" I'm like, well, I'd love to sell it if my sisters didn't steal it. My biggest design inspirations are the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, the artist Peter Max, and Chris Jagger, Mick Jagger's brother, who created jackets for Jimi Hendrix, John Lennon, and Mick himself. I loved him so much that I spent 4 years researching it and had to make my own. I've been on the cover of a magazine called New, based out of LA. I won Westward Whiteout Fashion Show contest and showed 7 looks in front of an audience of 3,000 people just this past February. I've got my stuff for sale in Japan, in Tokyo and Fukuoka, and those are all hand-painted designs, and every single one, even though they might be very similar, I always do something different to make them unique because that's just how I work. My goal is to have a really awesome like warehouse showroom event space. I want to combine music, art, and fashion where I can host bands, have dance parties, art openings, and when musicians come into town I can take their measurements, custom make them some clothes. From listening to their music, picking up their vibes, and just having a conversation with them, I just instantly get a vision of what they should be wearing, what their look is, what their vibe is, and I'm able to visually represent that in their clothing so that whenever people see them on stage or on their album cover or just on the street, they know what that person's about. I never considered doing it before, but one of my friends suggested at that moment. I thought after doing Westward, like, well, holy shit, that was really awesome making a collection. And I love doing it, and I know that I can top myself. The feedback that I got from that was just like really powerful and just makes me want to create and do better. And everything I make, every new thing I make is my new favorite thing. So I know that as I continue to go, that my newest pieces are going to be my best designs. The thing that scares me the most about Project Runway is not getting to listen to music. I spend my entire day listening to music. Everything I do is inspired by music. Doing the challenges, like honestly, I've met so many challenges working with fur and leather, and like, you know, stuff that's rotting, falling apart, receipt paper thin, like just the devil to work with. And I know that people like are pushed to their limits and are forced to work with like really avant materials, and I know that I'm going to be able to handle that. The exposure and the prize itself is just like insane. I don't have a sewing machine or a workroom or, you know, like a place to like do what I want to do, and they give you everything. It's just like a fast forward button to my dream career. And Project Runway gives it to you if you win, which I plan on doing.